This is your statewide newscast, Arkansas Today.
Good Monday afternoon. I'm Mallory Brooks. Thanks for watching Arkansas Today. The Concordia Parish community has lost a piece of their town's history in a devastating fire. The historic Frogmore plantation house was built in 1815. However, July 26th, that home caught on fire. Buddy and Lynette Tanner bought the property back in 1960, and they were living there. The local paper in town says when Lynette arrived home, she heard the fire alarms blaring but didn't see anything wrong until she went up to the steps and saw the smoke.
It's just bad to see a part of history go away like that, you know, something that a lot of people come out to see.
And the fire department is made up of part-time employees and volunteers. They are the ones that responded to the scene. One of the shooters in a 1998 school shooting in Jonesboro, Arkansas, died in a car crash Saturday night. Dru Grant of Missouri was 33 years old. Police say another driver hit Grant's vehicle head-on Saturday. The other driver also died. 3 other people were hospitalized. Dru Grant changed his name from Andrew Golden after the 1998 shooting. He was 11 years old when he and a 13-year-old fatally shot 4 students and a teacher on the schoolyard at Westside Middle School. He and the other shooter were not charged as adults and were released from prison on their 21st birthdays. A newspaper report last year said they were the only mass shooters not in jail or dead. Illegal dumping continues to be an issue for a thrift store. John Wigan, a Grace Place volunteer, says people keep dropping off unusable donations, such as couches that are broken or missing cushions or TVs that have busted screens. He says it happens pretty much every other day, and it's frustrating. When people leave items like that, Grace Place has to pay to have it hauled off, which takes away money they would use to buy food for the Welcome Center that supplies food for families in need.
Part of it may be people not knowing, but when you see some of the stuff that we see, it's just people that just don't care. And that's what irritates me, because we're trying to do a good thing for the city of Lincoln.
He says the people who do this know these donations are not usable, and he wants people to be more respectful and throw away trash the proper way. Grace Place has talked with Lincoln Police, and they say in order to enforce this, the thrift store needs to get proper signage up, which she says they hope to have in the next few months. In Little River County, dozens of residents attended a town hall meeting about a proposed tax to fund a new jail. Officials say the state has ordered the county to address deficiencies at the jail by December, and if they don't have a plan in place by then, they will essentially close the jail. A community advisory group studied the issue for over a year and recommended a sales tax. County officials add that a 2013 renovation at the current jail was only a Band-Aid.
The major deficiencies are that we do not have a kitchen. We do not have the ability to segregate prisoners based on their offense. We can't house females.
I've heard that we needed to, look at other options and look at grants. There's no grants out there.
Election Day is September 10th. President Trump signing legislation to extend funding for the September 11th compensation fund through the year 2090. President Trump signing that document surrounded by first responders and other officials during a White House ceremony held in the Rose Garden. The bill received nationwide attention following pleas for support from surviving first responders and comedian Jon Stewart. The legislation easily cleared the House earlier in the month by a vote of 402 to 12. It passed the Senate last Tuesday with a vote of 97 to 2.
I want to thank lawmakers in both parties for working with common purpose to pass this vital and critical legislation.
Without authorization, the funding for the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund was set to run out in December of 2020. Benton County joining in the efforts to preserve one of Arkansas's most iconic historic sites. Lauren Craighouse shows us how city leaders are drawing attention to a big part of history.
In the 1800s, 15,000 Native Americans were marched over more than 1,000 miles of rugged land as part of Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policy. The Cherokee Nation forced to give up its land east of the Mississippi River to migrate to an area in present-day Oklahoma. During this journey, known as the Trail of Tears, over 4,000 Cherokees died by hunger, disease, and exhaustion, traveling through 9 different states.
Our state has the most miles of land and water route of this Trail of Tears National Historic Trail.
Land located right here in northwest Arkansas.
From the Washington County line to Missouri, we're going to help install 11 signs that designate the Cherokee Trail of Tears.
Arkansas Trail of Tears Associate President Dr. Bethany Rosenbaum was given the okay from the Washington County judge a year ago to put up the trail markers.
People in Benton County will see signs just like this one after Judge Barry Mooring agreed to put signs up to mark the Trail of Tears.
What it does is it brings additional attention to the fact that this is a very historic part of our county, and it's a historic part of this area.
It shows that our community is willing to preserve an important historic and cultural segment of the Trail of Tears.
Dr. Rosenbaum says these signs are significant because they build partnerships, bring economic development, and show respect to the history. She says once the signs come in, they'll plan a date to set them up.
And let's take a look back at this day in history. On this day in 1981, Britain's Prince Charles married Lady Diana Spencer at St. Paul's Cathedral in London. The royal couple separated in 1992 and divorced in 1996. Princess Diana was killed in a Paris car crash that following year. On this day in 1958, months after launching its first satellite into orbit, the United States took another major step forward in the space age. President Dwight Eisenhower signed into law the creation of NASA, the nation's space agency.